Hi, I'm Hanjun, and for today's presentation, I'm going to give a presentation about. I'm going to talk about what ActiveGuard is. I'm Hanjun, CTO of Active Secretary, and I will be sharing about ActiveGuard. That is the new cybersecurity product from Active Secretary. And at the moment, this ActiveGuard is mainly designed for Android phones, but as we go as it goes on, we're going to roll out more products such as ActiveGuard for this iOS and ActiveGuard for Windows. So now, um, I'll just briefly go through what exactly ActiveGuard is and how it can help to protect personal and business devices, mobile devices. So as what we see here on the slide that I'm sharing here, is saying that ActiveGuard combines threat detection and app monitoring to keep digital life safe, private, and under control. So I will explain how our app helps to detect the threats and how you can use the app to block and repel these threats, and I will also explain to you how our app helps to monitor malicious malicious activities that's going on your phone right now. And apart from all these, right, I want to assure you that all data that is taking place, all data processing that takes place using ActiveGuard stays exactly on your phone. And I'll go into detail as to what kind of data goes into stays on your phone, and what data may, if you allow, comes to our server. Now, let me just go to the next slide. Right. So now, let me just go through the core problem stats that most of us are experiencing nowadays, because smartphone is our life, it's our wallet, it's our window to the world. You and I use it to browse videos, to browse for information, and we study on it, we do transactions on it, we play games on it. So basically it forms a very huge part of our life. And what we have right now is um, based on the stats, right? If we were to compare between 2024 and 2025, you have about 29% increase in attacks on just Android smartphone alone. And it's definitely going to be more. It's definitely going to be more if you combine Windows operating system and iOS, that is Apple phones. So just between 2024 to 2025, there was a 29% increase in attacks. Then, if you compare from 2025 till now, we have 151% more phone malwares. So it's a 151% increase in mobile malware overall since the start of 2025. What this means is that the rate of attack is accelerating, and based on our research, we can safely attribute this to malicious actors using AI to act faster. And this is why we design ActiveGuard that is augmented by artificial intelligence, so that you'll be able to this counter attack all this kind of malicious behavior and secure your internet devices with our solution. So what exactly is this solution and value proposition that we are offering through ActiveGuard? So basically, ActiveGuard, I would say that our solution is comprised of three layers of defense, is augmented by three layers of defense in order to protect you. First, we have the real-time threat defense that is very, very rare, seen in many types of malware and cybersecurity and antivirus software. So what it does is it basically uses antivirus scans, and we have a very special system called the intrusion detection system, the ActiveGuard intrusion detection system, that we shorten it as the IDS, the ActiveGuard IDS. And with this ActiveGuard IDS, paired up with this antivirus, what it does is that it constantly in the background of your phone surveils for malicious activities. So in case some kind of app, try to do some malicious activities like taking some of your data and sending it back to its HQ, wherever it may be, maybe Russia, maybe North Korea, and so on. So what it does is this IDS, the intrusion detection system, it will detect many different types of intrusions, many different types of malicious activities, and it will surface and highlight to you exactly what is happening in the background of your phone. So, for example, at the XYZ app that you never use but is on your phone, it comes pre-installed maybe, or maybe somebody sideload it. Sideload meaning that you didn't download this from Google Play. What you did is you download it from some dubious website and start to house this app on your phone. And while this app stays silently in the background of your phone, even without you using it, it is still transmitting data about you, your movement, your conversations, the words you type into the phone, the websites that you visit, the conversations that you have with your friends, associates, and colleagues, and the camera, using the camera to surveil what's around you. So if this kind of thing is happening, this intrusion detection system, the ActiveGuard IDS, will surface it to you so that you know that this is happening, and it will present you with the option to deal with it. So once this kind of attacks get surfaced by ActiveGuard IDS, what you can do is maybe you trust the app. If you trust the app, then you can click on trust so that it gets sent to the trust white list, and the alerts won't you won't be alerted to its operations again. Or maybe you don't trust it, so you can block it. So you just click on the block button and it will be blocked through the firewall. So this IDS, what it does is that it works as a detection software, the detection engine. And if you really want to block it, you have to block it with the ActiveGuard firewall. So this is what is this real threat defense is about. So next is this firewall and network control. So what it basically does is that it blocks app from online access, then it stops unauthorized data leaks and keeps traffic private locally. So what it does is that it activates a firewall to ensure you maximum protection against all these kind of strange and unwanted activities. And with this firewall, you can block a lot of different kinds of apps that even those that comes preloaded with the mobile internet devices, because there are some apps that even though they may be helpful, it comes preloaded with the phone and it may be very helpful to you, but you just choose not to have it activated because of certain reasons. Maybe you don't like the locations to be revealed. Maybe you just don't like it. All right. You think that you through this intrusion detection system, it surfaced this particular app, and somehow or other it has categorized this app as having threat level very high, so you feel very concerned about it, so you can block it with our firewall. At the same time, when you are using this firewall, what it does is that it uses a kind of VPN technology, but it doesn't send, but unlike other VPN, it doesn't send this traffic, the information about what you browse, the typing habits, your locations, and anything about you. It doesn't send all this information to an external server. What it does is that everything stays locally on your device so that you have the maximum privacy when you use ActiveGuard. Now, the next element that I want to talk about is next value proposition that I want to talk about is this AI powered detection. So we have what this ActiveGuard does is not just about the app itself. It actually works with an AI engine that we have. So this is an AI cybersecurity engine that actually works with now it was currently working with more than 4 million signals around the world, but now it's growing by thousands every day. So now it's already more than 4 million signals. And what it does is that this AI cybersecurity system, it grows, it learns, and it becomes more intelligent. And what you're doing is by downloading ActiveGuard, you are making use of this AI cybersecurity engine in order to enhance your cybersecurity level, in order to enhance the threat protection that you are enjoying by downloading and using ActiveGuard. So, what this and more about this AI cybersecurity engine is that this AI cybersecurity engine, it learns from millions of signals, 4 million plus of signals. It's growing every day. It's getting more intelligent every day. It learns about the different kinds of attacks, new kinds of malicious software, new blacklisted websites, and new threat intelligence. So it learns from a lot millions of these information. It forms into this ActiveGuard AI cybersecurity engine, streaming this intelligence to your ActiveGuard, and it adapts daily to new threats and it spots unusual app or network behavior, doing all this in the background silently in order to protect you, your phone, your browsing behavior, your daily behavior, your living behavior. It protects you in everything that you do with your phone. And with this ActiveGuard, you have access to a wide range of tools. You have the antivirus scan. Then on top of that, you have the intrusion detection system, that is the IDS, the system that works in the background to detect all these different types of malicious behaviors. Then you have the clipboard monitoring system that prevents hackers from taking keywords that you have used in your daily interaction with the internet. For example, the password that you key in, the things that you cut and paste, the important phrases that you cut and paste for your daily interaction with all these kind of websites, apps, and so on. So apart from that, you have the camera monitoring system. It monitors your phone for malicious abuse of the camera in case some app tried to use this camera in order to take pictures of you and your surrounding to learn what you're doing. So what it basically does is that it highlights if there are any kind of this kind of malicious behavior. Then there is this monitoring of the microphone. So same way it works for the camera. What it does is that it monitors the microphone for any malicious abuse of the microphone function. So it highlights if there are any apps that try to listen to what you're talking about, what you're discussing with your colleagues during meetings. So what it does is that it highlights that, oh, let's say you left the app just there. And this app was like silently listening to what you're talking about. So this will monitor and highlight to you what's happening so that you know that, oh, this particular app is doing this and that in the background, monitoring you. So you should uninstall, you should block it or deny internet access to it. So there's a wide range of tools, and there's even a login monitor that once activated, if you leave your phone on the table, let's say, and you decided to walk away, and somehow or rather there'll be some people who might attempt to try to log into your phone for various reasons. And because of this, right, you want to know whether this happens or not. Sometimes, you're just in a room with your spouse and you leave the room for a while and your spouse decided to try her luck or his luck in logging into your phone. Now, with this login monitor, if she tries and she fails in her attempt, right, it will detect whether or not there were any failed attempt to access your phone. Then you can roughly guess, oh, there was such attempt on my phone and who's in the room, who are the suspects, and so on. So this helps you with this kind of investigation. But first of all, you must be aware that this is happening, and this login monitor actually helps you to monitor all this kind of behavior by other people who may be doing something to your phone without you knowing about it. So there's so many functions in this ActiveGuard, and some people they may be a little bit confused by it because there's so many options for them to use. So what we have is you have the ActiveGuard security dashboard. So this ActiveGuard security dashboard, as you see on the slide, what it has is that there are different functions, but the one main function is the safety score. So if you look at the safety scorecard located at the top left-hand corner of the image of the phone that I'm showing right now. So what it does is that it has the manage button. The moment you press that manage button, what it does is that it automatically turns on, make sure that you are secured in all aspects of your phone, and it tries to update the database to get you uh, connected to the latest threat research in order to stay fully to maximize your protection. So, but that is for premium subscribers, okay? So what you see right now on the phone, on the screen, is an image of ActiveGuard, the different options. Why, if that particular function, you see, let's say we are talking about firewall, and this firewall is green, meaning that you're safe, is turned on. If it's not turned on, it'll be red. Same thing for antivirus. If you haven't scanned for more than 7 days, it will turn red to prompt you to scan it, and so on and so on. All right. So with this safety score manage button, once you press it, you will be able to uh, make sure that everything is up to date. Make sure that that your protection, your cybersecurity protection is maximized. So there's a real-time control with just one view. This smart dashboard gives you instant visibility to the key matrices, the task that's needed, and the performance indicators. So you, the user, get to see exactly what matters most. So like what I said, the key benefits, the why, there's a massive AI signal network. So the moment you download and subscribe to ActiveGuard, what you're doing is that you are connected to this massive AI signal network that is powered by more than 4 million plus signal points that is growing every single day, growing more intelligence, and you're making use of this intelligence to protect you. Then, of course, there's the real-time defense. This is the one that I really like because even for me, right, I have used ActiveGuard to identify so many malicious activities, and this allow me to block all these activities so that I stay protected to maximize my protection. And once I block it, right, the phone becomes much faster as well. So this is a really great news. Then after that, you have the firewall and privacy. So it blocks apps with a single tap, really, really easy to use. And all traffic stays locally on the user's device, is never routed to external server, no personal data collected, stored, all sold by us. And in fact, the only data that is collected, let me just go through. Okay, before I touch on the data collection part, now let's talk about uh, the integration and tools compatibility. So this fits seamlessly to all the major phone devices. So we have done the research. So Samsung takes up about 28.3% of the market share. Then we have Xiaomi that takes up about 14% of the market share. Then next in line is Vivo, 12.1%, followed by Oppo, 10.4%, Realme, and finally is Huawei, that is 2.3%, which is that is very, very low. To my surprise, I imagine that Huawei would be like having a larger market share, but no, it's just 2.3%. And this ActiveGuard, our software, works with most of these cameras, most of this software, most of these phones. So it will protect you if you are using any of this phone. And if let's say there is any, we are always on the lookout for new phones that are emerging, that's popular with a lot of people. And once that happens, we will work on integrating that particular phone with ActiveGuard, making sure that we protect users of that phone as well if they download and use and subscribe to ActiveGuard. Right. So what is shown here is that, well, basically, there is three plans. There's three plans. One is the free plans. One is the free plan that allows you to base protection. Then next is the monthly plan that when subscribed, you have to pay $1.99 per month. And when you subscribe to this monthly plan, what you get is the latest update to the threat intelligence database that's provided by the AI cybersecurity engine. Then on top of that, you get to use more advanced function of the clipboard monitor. For example, it's very, very important to clear your clipboard, every once in a while. And what it does is that we have the clipboard monitor that clears it every hourly. But in certain cases, especially for heavy users like programmers and people who are working in the management, what they do is that they do a lot of transference of data, and through this, right, they expose themselves to a lot of data leakages. And what is good about this, excuse me. And what is good about this is that if you use this clipboard monitor, you can clear it on a frequency of 15 every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes. But you got to be a premium subscriber to ActiveGuard in order to use this advanced function. Then on top of that, right, we talk about the intrusion detection system. So this intrusion detection system, it it basically gives you, when you're on the free plan, it basically gives you protection, sends you alerts that is kind of basic. But when you subscribe to ActiveGuard to become a premium subscriber, you have access to more different types of alerts, like command and control. Somebody is trying to control your phone from another location that happens, and this intrusion detection system is able to detect that, and you'll be able to know more about what's happening when this kind of intrusion happens. For example, when somebody gains access to your phone, or the app decided to phone home, which means that the app decided to send information somewhere else, then it will show you exactly which country did it send to, and so on. So these are very important, very advanced features that is offered by ActiveGuard. And if you subscribe to it on a monthly basis, you have to renew it on with $1.99 per month. But if you decided to subscribe on a yearly plan, what you pay is $22.99 per month. And that is cheaper than paying $1.99, because when you're paying for the yearly plan, you are actually paying $1.92 per month. So this is cheaper than the basic plan. Right. Now, I want to talk about this security and major platform reliability. So, we want to assure you that for ActiveGuard, we treasure your privacy, and we adhere to the highest standard. The highest standard meaning that we adhere to the EU privacy standard. We adhere to the European standard. As much as we understand that it is very difficult to work with the European regulators due to their strict regulation, but we know that consumers, they trust products from Europe, no matter what kind of products, agriculture products or cybersecurity products. When a platform or a software decide to abide by the European rules, it means that they have decided to stick to a higher standard. And this means that for ActiveGuard, we decided to peg ourselves to the European standard of privacy and data protection. So what we do is that we do not harvest any form of personal data from your phone. So when you use ActiveGuard, we don't know who you are, where you're from, what kind of things you're doing, we don't harvest your age, your address, we don't harvest this kind of information at all. What we do is that um, we if you decided to turn on the telemetry, what we do is that we take a little bit of information. That is, if let's say your IDS or your antivirus pick up a certain malicious software or threat, then if you turn the telemetry on, it will send that piece of information to us, to our database, so that it will help everyone in the community to stay protected with what is the latest, what was newly discovered, and with that we can adapt and protect everybody. But you are given the choice to turn off the telemetry so that zero data goes to us. Everything, all the data stays locally on your phone. No personal data collected, stored, and definitely with all of that not happening at all, none of your data will be sold without your permission. It can't even be sold because all data stays locally on your phone. All right, so this basically covers what is ActiveGuard. And with the upcoming sessions, will be pairing this session with a lot of different kinds of topics. We'll be going through case studies, use cases of what you can do what you can do in order to stay protected with ActiveGuard. For example, who spies on you? What can you do to prevent it? What kind of spying techniques are they using to spy on you? And we'll be using those case study to go through those case studies with you and explain to you how ActiveGuard can protect you. So importantly, the base protection is free. So you can start your free trial today by downloading ActiveGuard at Google Play. The link of this ActiveGuard will be shown in the respective platform that you are listening to right now. So that's it for today, and thank you very much. I'm Han Jun, and I am the CTO of Active Secretary, and one the lead for this ActiveGuard. I'm the lead designer, the lead coder, the lead designer for ActiveGuard. And ActiveGuard for Android is just one of our many products. We also have the AC port scanner that scans the port of your websites or some IP addresses that you have, and you can use it to discover the weaknesses of your internet system. And then with that, it actually churns out recommendations on to how to protect your system. So you can make use of the AC port scanner to protect your internet asset like websites and your certain IP addresses. Then on top of that, we also have the TNM privacy PDF viewer. What it basically is a PDF viewer, and it has safety functions that helps you to secure the document before you read the document. because a lot of hackers, a lot of malicious actors, they like to, through PDF, plant malicious link and certain kind of malicious executable files on it. So when you use our PDF viewer, all you do is when you open up the PDF, you press the save mode button, then it will basically secure the PDF so that you don't do anything crazy about it. So you stay protected. Then on top of this ActiveGuard for Android, we have many upcoming products as well. ActiveGuard for Windows, and that is truly our flagship cybersecurity product because it has the capability to detect malicious AI behavior. It will be able to catch rogue AI behavior on the spot on your computer, and it alerts you immediately to what the AI is doing wrong on that computer itself. So this is still at the experimental stage, and we will be releasing it very soon because we are testing it with a lot of companies right now. Then on top of that, we have a messaging system, a communication system that allows colleagues to talk to one another, even in case of emergency like the down of internet. When the internet goes down, a lot of companies they can no longer communicate with each other. So our system allow during this kind of emergency scenarios. For example, a hacker has decided to destroy the Wi-Fi network and you can no longer operate. Right, we have this experimental cutting edge communication technology that allows one another to communicate even without internet, even without phone lines. So you can continue your operation with this backup plan. Then on top of that, we also have other experimental technology that allows the law enforcement agencies, especially the tactical team, to view living entities within a house without even going into the house, which means that tactical team that used to, before they want to raid the house, right, they can view what's happening in the house. They can know how many people is in there, how are they moving, and so on, so that they can adapt their tactical operations according to the new current uh, current intelligence. So these are the types of products that we'll be rolling out very, very soon. And there's many others that we are planning that cannot be shared right now. Some of them will be sold publicly through Microsoft and through Google Play. Others will be sold directly to the corporates through, and we'll be doing a lot of this kind of demonstration throughout the year. And thank you for attending today's lecture. And I hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, please feel free to put down your comments and your questions in the comments section of the platform that you're viewing on. Thank you very much. My name is Hanjun, and I hope to see you again.